Hey guys, what's up? I decided that I wanted to do a Q&A because I've never done one and thought it would be fun. I posted a photo and asked you guys to ask questions. So now we're going to go through them and talk, and hopefully this will be great because I'm slightly nervous. Alexis Ren Memes asked, what was the craziest thing you've done while you were younger? Oh, I used to make music. Yeah, I did. I used to make music videos for YouTube because, I don't know, I wanted to just be a singer and talk about my feelings.
You like lip sync?
I would lip sing and I would Avril Lavigne, Miley Cyrus Party in the USA. And I would spend literally 7 hours editing. Jessica.Lang2 asked, what is it like to live in the public eye for the main reason of being beautiful? Does it affect the way you see yourself? Yeah, because I'm constantly feeling objectified all the time. Sometimes I feel like people don't even see me as a person. It's hard, and I have such a high standard for myself that it's, you know, I was such a people pleaser, I think. And this year has been my time to grow out of that because I have to focus on pleasing myself as a person because I am a person. And I think people forget that, especially on social media. I feel like people don't see other people as just a person trying to figure it out as well. And with social media, we idolize people in a way that makes them not human. And so they feel slightly isolated because like when I meet people, it's like they already have an assumption about me. And it's hard to not sense that when you meet people because some people are like, oh look, it's the Instagram model, like, oh look at this stupid girl. Some people are like, oh, I love you, but like there's always an opinion when you're in the public eye. And it's hard to not let those opinions affect you, especially when there's thousands of them every day. Everywhere I go, people will look at me and I know that they know who I am, and it just feels, I feel vulnerable. But it's also taught me how strong I am because I'm still like happy and I'm able to connect with people, and I have a really good sense of family too. Like I appreciate my family so much because I'm realizing how important they are for myself. I mean, they're a part of me and they're everything at the end of the day. Like the people that are in your life, the real ones, those are the most important ones. Like I want to say these things, but I don't know, like, and I know I have this inside of me to be able to like truly describe what I've learned in life and what's important and what I'm doing to stay connected to myself. But it's been frustrating because only my close friends I feel safe with talking about this kind of stuff with. So, and I honestly think it's because of Dancing with the Stars. After I went on that show, I was able to not let a camera change me. Like, you know it, like you feel it when a camera turns on, you're instantly like judging yourself. Like the first thing that happens is you judge yourself. And that happened to me all the time. And because of the consistency of the cameras always being on me with the show, it's that fear started to kind of come down and I started to just care less. And that's when I started to become more me, was when I cared less. And then of course, that's when I figured out that was the key. You know, like we care so much, but I felt like I was caring about the wrong things, not the right things, you know? And so I wrote this. It says, you don't care about yourself, but then you care too much on the wrong things. The clothes, beauty, body, the skin. It's your perfect black hole of self-rejection. Hey! I was like, no, I wrote that at like 6 a.m. and I was like, did I just, and what the most amazing thing about it was I wasn't trying to rhyme. It just came out and I was like, what? Baby Bushwhacked asked, what was your first tattoo and what did it mean? Okay, this is a good question. My first tattoo was all dedicated to my mom because I figured, I was like, never gonna regret that. Like, I wanted something permanent to remind me of her. So everywhere I went, I always had a piece of her. So the first tattoo I got was her signature. We had it on like a document that she signed a couple years before, and I had my friend copy it so that I always have a piece of her. This one, Natalia Vlana asked, what are the biggest challenges on keeping your healthy lifestyle? Honestly, it's hardest keeping a healthy lifestyle when on the days that you just don't feel good, when you just feel like depressed or whatever. That's definitely when I want to like eat something that I know I'll regret, or like not work out and just sit around and like mope. Those are the times when I think it's the hardest. It's just when those emotions come over you. But like, I've always learned that emotions are temporary, but your actions are what's going to be the permanent thing. So it's just about pushing through that. That's why like I like to meditate, to like get my head to stop thinking so much, because for me it's about overthinking. Team Ren 10 asked, how do you remain humble? I always say this, and it's the people. It's my family. It's the real friends that I've had for years that have known me since before social media. They're just honest with me in every way, and they're such strong human beings that resemble the strength that I want in myself. And so there's such good projections for me to like know what's important and stay strong through the thick. Like, that's what my family and my friends represent for me. That if they're that strong, then I know I'm capable of being that strong too, because they're fucking amazing people. James_Coster18 asked, will you participate in having my children? I will graciously pass on that offer, but thank you. R_YY121 asks, are you going to go back to Japan? And if you are, post another blog, please. I love you. Okay, first of all, I love you too. Second of all, yes, I'm actually going to Japan on the 27th with one of my best friends in the entire world, and we are going to create and make amazing memories. You probably know him. His name's Brian Oslava. He's kind of cool. So I'm really excited, so stay tuned for that, and maybe a blog. I don't know. Probably. Alexis Ren Tropical asked, what would you say to Alexis of 10 years ago? Gosh, I would just tell her that you're gonna be fine. And even when you don't think you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine. And just trust in yourself. It's like one of the biggest things. When I have a daughter, I'm just gonna be like, trust, you got it. Like, you have everything you need inside of yourself. Alexis Renee G1 asked, what was your favorite moment with your mother? Ugh, it's gonna make me cry. I would have to say all of the car rides that we would do together, because there was 5 of us in a household, so I didn't get a lot of her to myself. So the times that we actually would talk and have really good conversations was whenever we were driving and she was like dropping me off at a friend's house. I just remember bonding with her on not just like a mother level, but as a friend level too. Like, I really treated her like my diary. Like, we would get in the car and I would just let it all out, and she would just sit there and hold space for me. And you know, I'll never forget that. That taught me what love is. Just holding that space for a person. Ray.Leah with 2 A's asked, any tips for loving yourself? What I've learned this year is having compassion for yourself, just like you would have compassion for your friends. Like, if you really hear yourself talk to yourself and ask, would I ever talk like this to someone I loved? And if the answer is no, then that's when you really need to realize about how, you know, sometimes abusive you can be towards yourself. And it's like little things. Like, for me, it feels like a broken record on repeat, like the same kind of self-doubt over and over again. And there comes a time when, you know, I'll be walking around my house alone and they'll be cycling, and I have to say out loud, stop. I am here. This is the only moment that's real. The stories in my head aren't real about myself, about reality. I am not my thoughts. And so meditating has helped me with that a lot, because it's training my mind to slow down and become present. That's always my goal. Every day I'm like, how present can I be today? And it's really hard with society and like social media. It can be almost impossible at times because everyone's fiending for your attention. But to give yourself that attention is the most important thing. And I think that's the last question I'm going to answer for now. Thank you so much for listening and letting me speak my mind. I love you guys so much.